Hi guys, good evening. Today is Sunday 29th March 2026 and I am making this video to answer a couple of questions or to show you the step-by-step process of how to file your taxes. So I had posted on my WhatsApp status a couple of hours ago talking about the financial implications of not filing your taxes before Tuesday 31st March 2026. So at the moment, if you're unable to file your taxes before or on or before Tuesday 31st March 2026, you are going to be owing the state where you reside in. For example, I reside in Lagos. You are going to be owing the state where you reside in 100,000 naira, and for every other month you're unable to file your taxes, you're going to be owing 50,000 naira for every other month. So I am making this video to show you the step-by-step process if you have not filed your taxes, and on the basis that you are a corporate worker like myself. That means you have a 9 to 5. So I'm assuming that because you have a 9 to 5, your organization has been deducting taxes from your salary every month, and by so doing you already have your tax ID. So your tax ID is a 7-digit number that begins with an N or a C. So your tax ID should either start with N hyphen or C hyphen followed by 7-digit numbers. So I'm going to show you the process right now. So use your browser. I'm using Chrome, Google Chrome. So you can use your browser and then you type the e-tax. I've done it a couple of times, so it's working for me. So LIRS e-tax, and then you load it. So this is the page you're going to see. This is what's going to pop up. So if you don't have a tax ID yet, if you don't already have a tax ID, I think you need to register as you have to click on register. Yes, you have to click on register as a taxpayer. So you have to create an account. So you're either you're an individual or a corporate organization, anyone. So you see individual, you see corporate. So anyone that you are, you click on it. Then you select your identification system. Either you want to use your BVN or you want to use your NIN, and then you enter your number, date of birth, and then you go through the whole process and create the account. I am not particularly sure, but I think that if you're able to create the account, you should be able to get your ID. But at the moment, I'm hearing that, there's a large, like an influx of people because, of course, it's almost deadline. So there are so many people trying to get this done, both in their physical offices and online. But for the sake of myself and the good citizens, sorry about that, the good citizens of Nigeria who already have their taxes, I'm going to show you how to do it. So I already have my account. This is my account, so I'm going to log into my account. Now you see on the left hand side you have your select login type. Either you're a taxpayer, a corporate, or a consultant, or you are part of the LIRS administrators. So this is the new space. So I'm going to put in my ID. Mine is N-480, and then login. This is what my page looks like at the moment, and this is what should be shown to you. I don't think they need my picture. They don't need it for anything. So this is what it's going to look like on this part. And then you have to look at your left hand side. You see the e-tax. You see all the places, all the things. You have your assessments. You have your tax offices. You have everything they need to show you. So, but what I am looking out for is what you are to look out for is returns. So you click on returns and then you click on my tax returns, which is what we're trying to do. So we're going to click on my tax returns. As you can see, I have done mine already. So I already did mine. So I'm just going to click on file tax returns here, just to show you what it looks like. But I have already done my own, so I don't need to do anything else. So when you click on file tax returns, this is the first page that's going to open for you. So you're filing returns from 2025 to 2026. The tax returns you're going to file is from 2025 to 2025 January to December 2025. So as you can see, I'm going back again so that you can see the returns I already did. So this is what I did for year 2020. So as you can see, on that other page, I was seeing the year of return to be 2024. but I already did my return for 2025. So it is assuming I want to file for another tax return for 2026. So let me file the tax return here. So this is the year in view 2024. So let's assume that we are trying to file your tax for 2024. So this is the first page that is going to open for you. So you see all of these places, you have to fill them. So let's say the name of the document. Now what am I trying to do? So you are going to use like the name of the document. You can say your salary or monthly salary, anyone you want to put. Let's say monthly salary. So that will be showing every detail on this page. So then you can attach your salary. Maybe you're going to combine it if you want to. I did not do that, but if you want to, you can maybe attach all the documents that shows you receive salary in 2025, and then you put them together and upload it there. Or you can try to maybe attach just one of it, maybe the one for December or the one for November 2025. But anyway, I did not attach any there. So here you have to include your salary, how much you collected, how much you were able to, how much you received. So you are going to multiply your monthly salary. You're going to include your gross salary. If you don't understand that, that is your monthly salary, by 12. So let's say every year my monthly salary was 100,000. So I'm going to put 1 million. So you're not going to put a comma, because if you click on comma, it's going to show full stop. If you click on comma, it's going to show full stop. So just write it there, and it will do that just so you can see. When you click on enter, it's going to put the comma for you. Then your commission, how much commission were you receiving? Any other allowance that is not, maybe you're receiving commission if you work in a company where you are giving commission per client you bring in or per sales that you bring in. So you write your commission there. Other than that, I don't receive commission. Then we have trade income. I don't know what that is. So you have your allowance, any other allowance you were getting, maybe clothing allowance, transportation allowance, any allowance at all you were getting, you include that there. Then you have your pension. Were you receiving pension? If you were, how much was your pension for the whole year? How much did you pay as pension for the whole year? Then you have your annuity, you have your gratuities, you have your foreign income, dividends, interest. If you took a loan or anything, or you're paying interest or anything, you put it there. Then you have your rent. If you're paying rent, unfortunately for me, I am not paying rent. I'm still living in my father's house. So you have your rent. You include how much rent you're paying. Then after that, you include if you have other income, maybe you are doing a business or any other thing that you're doing, you can include it there. Then after that, you either click on save or you click on next. Then you have the second part will be the mandatory Jesus, mandatory disclosure of accommodation. So here, if you are the one that pays the rent, again, if you are the one that pays the rent, because when you're done filing, you have to submit your rent. They would need to have a proof of your rent to show that you really are paying that particular amount on rent. So you need to bring it. And if the reason why they're asking is because when you declare things like your rent, maybe you have assets or any other thing as we go forward, it's going to reduce the amount, the amount you have to pay on your taxes. So those are like, your rent is supposed to be like a relief for you, because you're paying rent, you have other things you're doing, so it's supposed to be like a relief for you, so you don't pay so maybe your tax for the year is probably supposed to be 50,000 naira, an example. But if you start declaring that you're paying rent, you have this, you have that, they may, at the end of the day, when they calculate, they could say, okay, so instead of paying 50,000 naira as your tax for the whole year, pay 35,000 naira, because all of these other things you're doing have taken over to reduce the tax you have to pay. So on this second page, you have to mandatory disclosure of your accommodation. So you write the address, the accommodation type. Is it a flat or anything? Then you have to put in the ownership type. Are you the tenant? Are you the landlord, or others? Then you have the owners. You have to put in the name of the owner payer ID, the owner's address. If your landlord doesn't live in your house, in the same compound as you have to put the address, and you have to put the rent paid, and then you have to put the rent paid by your employer. For example, if you have a particular amount that your employer says, okay, goes into housing allowance. This is where the housing allowance could come in. You put your rent paid by your employer. So you put that as your housing allowance, and then, you know, include the date they started paying for you, maybe at the month you started your job or whatever the case may have been, and then you add in the date ended. And if your employer is the one paying your rent, please feel free to, put it there that they are the ones putting the amount that your employer is paying, and then you go ahead and click on next. So as you can see, I am not feeling anything. So that is why it's telling me that I am not feeling. So this is your support staff. So do you have anybody that you're supporting, or do you have any staff under you? Do you have a staff you're working with? Even as an individual, you may have somebody you're paying, virtual assistant, any other person you're paying, you could have anybody there. Then you have to also declare your assets. So this next part, you have to declare your assets. So which assets do you have? So these are the types of assets they're looking out for. Farmland, you have housing, or you have you own a property, you have a vehicle, you have others. You have to also declare them as well, so they know what is there. Then you have the other disclosure of relief, to claim allowances for life assurance, national housing fund, national health insurance scheme, gratuities, pension, your annual tax. It is imperative to provide comprehensive supporting evidence. Failure to do so will result in an automatic denial of these allowances without any exceptions. To avoid these issues, please ensure that all necessary documents are not only provided, but also accurate and complete when filing your annual tax returns. If you're a pensioner like I am, ensure you are able to get your statement from your pension for the year 2025. So if you use trust fund pension like I do, all you have to do is to download the trust fund app, and you'll be able to access your statement of accounts from the year 2025. Access it, download the app, download the statement, and then you upload it to this part. Without uploading it, you will forfeit the relief for year 2025. So make sure you do that now. And if you don't use trust fund, I don't know the pension app you use, but make sure that you're able to reach out to the pension company, or if you're able to download the app, do that. So make sure that as you are including all of these details, you have proof, you have receipts, you have bank statement. Now maybe bank statements, you have receipts, anything at all, you need to make sure that you have them. And as you are having them, ensure that it is in your name. So if you're the one paying for your land, make sure you're the one paying it in your name. If you're paying for your rent, make sure you're the one paying it in your name. Anything, your pension at all, everything should be paid in your name, and have proof of it. So when you're done declaring when you're done with your assets, when you're done with all the information you need to put in, it is going to show you here. This is what you're going to see. You have to confirm that all the details you have put in are correct. So these are everything that I put in. So you have to make sure that all the details you put in are correct before you submit. Don't click on, because when you're done putting in all your information, MTN, why now? Anyway, when you're done putting in all of your details, you will be able to see at the bottom. Why is it taking so long to load? Okay. So when you're done putting in all your details, when you come to the bottom, you'd see the part that I created for today. Now, as you can see, it is showing confirm submission. If you click on confirm submission and you don't confirm that all the details you included are correct, sorry, if you made any mistake, that is going to be on you. And you know how it is trying to make corrections on anything that is not your personal thing in this Nigeria. So make sure that your eyes and your ears and your hands and every part of you is heavily focused on all that you're doing, to avoid making any mistakes. So once you're able to fill in all those details, then you come down here and you click on confirm submission. Once you have confirmed your submission, after confirming your submission, then you can once you've confirmed your submission, it's going to show you confirmed, and then you can view the details of your submission, and that is all there is to be. Thank you very much, and I hope this was I don't know if self-explanatory, but I hope this was easy for you to go through. And in case you still have any other questions, please reach out to me. For those that I said are unable to file their returns, maybe they don't have their tax ID or anything like that, I hear you can be able to do it online from the way I showed it to you. You can be able to do that online, and then when you're able to do that online, you can now get your tax ID, and then, go through the whole process by yourself. I guess that should be able to help. Anyway, thank you for watching and bye. I love you. Take care of yourself. Mwah.